heard, Europe is in crisis, especially concerning refugees and migrants. And the crisis concerns this circle. Who's included and excluded? What kinds of rights and freedoms are in this circle? Who decides and how? Well, when human beings are in crisis, it's a good idea to see somebody about it, to do some psychological reflection about the emotions and the roots of the history of the trauma that create our identities. Well, I wanted in my doctoral research to explore the psychology of European law and do some psychoanalysis. But I'm not a psychologist, I'm a human rights scholar. And so what I needed to do is to delve deeply into the social psychology of inclusion and exclusion, to go beyond the law and study what it is that makes us human. And one thing that makes us human is that we function in communities. We desire to belong. And so this new knowledge from social psychology gave me a lens about the story of European human rights and asylum law. It gave me a unique narrative about the evolution of refugee law in the European treaties since the Second World War up until present-day legislation. Laws create categories that can have a psychological impact, and human rights can also create human identities. So what became clear is that European laws are experiencing a cognitive dissonance, but framing it in this psychological language allows for a reflection about the European ego and how it evolves. And there's some good news in the diagnosis. This European crisis can be healed. One development is the judicial use in asylum seeker cases of the concept of dignity. So human dignity is a legal concept that's embedded in constitutional law, in European constitutional law. But it's also rooted in emotions, our emotions about the love of humanity, our human self-worth, our human identity, our empathic response to the pain and suffering of others. So this deeper conversation about Europe can help Europe's self-awareness to go from crisis to transformation, to expand the circle and evolve. Thank you.